Hey everybody, this video is about salt. What kind of salt? Real salt, okay? Not the table salt, but you can actually use like a Himalayan salt or a sea salt, and it's good sometimes if it has a little bit of color in it, but you're going to use that inside of a spa. And I don't know if you've heard of this, but salt saunas is very, very popular in this country, especially Europe. And a lot of people don't know though that the proper way to use salt to release the ions, which is basically what you're mainly getting it for, is to actually have a little bit of water vapor, humidity, on the salt, and then with the heat is actually what really provides the ions as they are captured in the water particulate. Now this type of effect is what really is responsible for the whole beach of, when the infrared comes down from the sun, heats up the water, okay, so we have salt water, and then the ions are actually released from the salt. A lot of people don't know that. So these salt lamps that people use, they keep in their room or anything like that, or even a salt sauna, again, is just a lot less efficient. And the reason is because that's totally dry. So if you're using it in those types of situations, you actually want to spray it with a little bit of clean water, and as it heats up, it'll actually give off tremendously more ions. Now, what I do, and I advise clients on, if you want to turn your normal steam shower, steam spa bath into a salt, steam experience, is you just basically take. There's a couple ways to do it. You can, very passive by hanging it in like a little metal fruit basket from the ceiling. It's very easy to do, okay, just a bunch of chunks of them. If you want a more intense experience, which is what I recommend, you'll actually just put them in like a little basket and put it under the steam head. So as the steam goes down, it goes directly into the salt. It's a very intense way to do it. If you position it there, however, you'll end up going through, I would say, maybe like a pound or a couple pounds, it just depends, of salt per month. Depends on how many sessions you're doing and what temperature you have your spa set at. But really, it's tremendously advantageous to absorbing negative ions, which has a huge track of benefits. I encourage you to Google it. It also makes your skin amazing. It's great for skin conditions, respiratory, just really so many things. And the other thing that a lot of people don't think about is if you do a lot of steaming per week, it's very easy to actually to hydrate yourself from the standpoint that you lose a lot of electrolytes, okay? And those electrolytes are not really present in most people's home water that's actually going to the steamer. So it's true you are absorbing some of that water, but what's the quality of that water? And a lot of times it's not so good, and for sure it's not really loaded with trace minerals. So when you actually have steam coming in, and your pores are just totally open, massively open, you're really able to accept a lot of, just perfectly structured electrolytes, and that goes right into the body. So this also allows you to do those longer marathon sessions, which again, you should always consult with a doctor and make sure you're totally healthy based on blood pressure and things like that. But, people have asked, how do I burn more, fat calories, for example? And that's generally happens when you raise the body temperature for longer. But over that period of time, you're going to be using a lower temperature, wanting a drier sauna, and salt is tremendously helpful for that because as you're sweating and sweating and sweating, you need to replenish minerals. And that's very important for also keeping things like blood pressure in check. And so you'll be absorbing that at the same time and able to actually, it's a lot easier, you'll find, to do longer sessions. So that's a trick. I have access to all sorts of different salt sources that you can get for wholesale price and get very, very cheap. So even if you think a pound or 2 pounds per month sounds like a lot, it's very cheap. And I would highly encourage it. So if you have any questions about salt steam sauna, that's a tricky one. If you have any questions about salt steam therapy, please give me a call, shoot me an email if you have any questions. You know the drill. Anyways, thanks for watching.